Welcome back, everybody. We're in Brush Ninja again. That's brush.ninja, and that will take you straight to this free web app that we've been using over the last few weeks to explore animation, and a particular type of animation called hand-drawn frame-by-frame animation. Let's do a quick recap. We can make things move. So I've clicked on the black here. I'm on the paintbrush over here. And if I scroll down just slightly, this is where I can add new frames. Now, with animation, what we do is we draw different pictures that are slightly different. And so if I play that back, we see the ball moves. Could be a meteor falling from the sky, could be a cricket ball about to be caught by somebody at the bottom. Now, one of the best tools that we've got as animators is the onion skinning feature. And you can see here that if I click on each frame at the bottom, so first frame, second frame, the frame I'm on is black, and I can also see the frames before and the frames afterwards. And this helps us know where we've been, and it can help us to decide where we want to go. So I'm going to draw my next frame here. My next frame here, my next frame down here, and let's watch the cycle. So we've got something that falls out of the sky. So let's come up to the top here and click on New. And you can pause the video there if you want to have a quick go at that. But I think for those of you who've been following along each week, that makes perfect sense to you now. So it's a really simple app. Not much more to show you than that, really. Today we're going to tackle something that's a bit of a skill. That means it's something you're going to need to spend time practicing. So today this session is to show you how, but it's up to you how much time you spend practicing these skills. When we're animating, we're developing our concentration skills. We're developing that sense of not giving up, that tenacity, to keep on going, to keep better, because animation can take a long time and it can also be a bit tricky. Now, today we're going to push our skills, and I'm by no means an expert at this, but my job today is to show you how this works. Now, we're going to create a walk cycle, and we're going to use our super simple circle character. Okay, so on frame 1, and I'm going to make this really sketchy, I'm going to draw a leg like this. So we've got the thigh and then the shinny calf bit, and then part of the foot, and then the toes just at the end, because we want to be, I'm going to draw it a bit thicker there. So this is the closest leg to us at the moment, because it's kind of coming from that left side. We're going to walk this way. Okay, let's just go up and undo that. There's our undo button. And the second leg is going to kind of come out this side and be a bit more curved, a bit more of a curve. We want the same kind of level here, because this is kind of where, this is called the contact pose. This is where the feet are making contact with the ground. Okay, so hopefully you guys can all draw a nice big circle or oval shape. We're going to draw one. And let me draw you with another colour. This is what we've got going on. We come down and back, and then we've got the heel and the toe. Okay, that's all we're doing with our shapes there. And this one is coming out a bit more curved, a bit more like this, and up like that. Does that make sense? So we've got our oval shape, we've got the closest leg and the further away leg here. Now, this is going to be a 2-frame walk cycle, okay? This is as simple as it can go, and it's a cheat, but we love cheating in animation. If we can save ourselves work, because you guys by now, you know how long it takes to create animation. If we can find some hacks, find some cheats, then we love those. So here I'm going to draw my oval again, and now the legs have swapped over. So this leg is now going to be, let's see what I'm going to do. Yeah, this leg is going to be further in here. No, that's wrong. Here's what's going to happen. This leg is now going to be at the back here. Something like, no, that's wrong again. Ah, it's come to me. Here's what we do. This leg comes here. I had a blank for a minute there. I couldn't remember how to draw the next bit. Okay, so we've got the back leg here now. Okay, so although this looks like it was this leg, the illusion is now that this is the front leg, and the leg that was further forwards is now going to be on top. So this is our left leg if we're walking this way. It kind of does, I want you to think of this like the number 4. Can you see how we've got like this 4 going on? And the toe comes back like this. Okay, so there's the hip, the knee, the heel again. Let's draw it again with the red. So we've just got this one leg that just goes straight down. Okay, that's simple. And then our left leg, the one that's nearest to us, got the knee here, the heel, and the toes come down like that. Now, fingers crossed, if I click the play button, we're going to see the illusion of walking. Let's see. There we go, not too bad. Now, with only 2 frames, this is really a great hack. And if you saw that, and there was arms going on as well, you wouldn't really think twice about believing that that character was walking. Okay? So we're seeing these 2 frames. Let's go back over them one more time. And I've broken these down into the PDF that accompanies this lesson. So let's go back to the first frame. We've got our left leg, because remember, we're walking this way. Okay? So this is our left leg, the one that's closest to us. And this is our right leg, the one that's further away. So we see the one that's closest kind of coming out of the egg. And this is the shapes that we want to make. We come down, we go back. So here's the knee, top of the hip. There's the heel. And we come down, and there's the toes. All right, let's undo those. And the further away leg, our right leg in this case, oh, got locked then, okay, comes down like this in a bit of a curve, and the heel is just touching the ground here, okay? And all these little details are quite important to get this illusion working. And then what we end up with, I want you to think of this like a 4. Can you see we've got like a 4 there? And these are the legs crossing over. So we've got the back leg now, the right leg, which was at the front, now is at the back of where we are, and we just come down like in back to front L. Okay, so we're flat on the ground, and we've got a straight leg. And then our closer leg, the left leg, is the one that does the kind of zigzag over. So it crosses over like that. Now what we're doing is creating an illusion. And this works really well because it's black and white and the character's really simple, okay? But this is a hack to get really simple characters walking with just 2 frames. So let's play it again. And we see we've got our character walking along. I'm going to... Yeah, let's do it one more time. So I'm going to come to a new tab. I'm going to type Brush Ninja. I click the link. And start a new project, okay? So if you want to watch this one more time, do. If you want to have a go yourself and then come back, I'm just going to show it to you one more time because I think it would be really useful to see it from the beginning one more time. So I'm clicking on the black, I've got the brush, I'm on a medium-sized brush, and on my first frame, all I want to do here is draw a big oval. All right, now for my front leg, or rather my nearest to you leg, we're going to go... Actually, I'm going to come back just a little bit more. So I'm going slightly back, and then a lot more back, and then the foot, and then the toes. Okay, so I'm sketching this, as you can see. but I'm keeping it really simple. And I'm showing you that the drawings don't have to be perfect to create the illusion of animation. And we could always draw on top of these at another time to make them look more lifelike, or not lifelike, but more detailed. Okay, so that's our left leg, and the right leg is curving like this. We want the points to be the same at the bottom. And this is, I'm going to show you a little tip here. What's really nice about Brush Ninja is it's a vector-based drawing app, which means I can at any time get the arrow tool and I can actually move parts of this drawing around. I can even, let's see if I can do this, yeah. I can increase the size of my leg by dragging a box around it and then reducing, and that's really nice, and that's only possible because it's vector-based. That means these lines are not bitmaps, they're not individual pixels, they're instructions to tell the computer where we should draw something. And so if we don't like it, we can change those instructions, and it's much easier to manipulate and change these things. So that will do for my first frame, I think. And then I'm going to come down to this yellow box, the yellow square that says add and a plus sign. I'm going to turn on my onion skinning, and as best as I can, I'm going to try and draw the same oval. Okay, now this is where I forgot what to do last time. So now the front leg, that's our right leg, because we're walking this way, is going to come down and be flat on the ground. Now these two frames have names. This one is called passing, because this is where the legs pass. This first one is called contact, because we've both got contact with the ground here. Okay, contact. And the second frame is called passing, because this is where the legs pass over each other. So now this leg, the one that you can see in the back here, the left leg, it's going to come from the hip still. It's going to do that 4 shape thing that I showed you. So it's going to come across here, and then the legs, sorry, the toes are going to touch the ground just here like so. So let's bring that across like that. Moment of truth, hit the blue play button here. Good. So we can see at a glance, if we look carefully, we kind of, our brains go, hang on a minute, that's not quite right. But if we just saw that walking across the stage, the scene, and especially with the arms going on, let's add some arms to this one, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. Because the more that's going on, the less your brain is able to kind of pick apart what doesn't make sense. Like I said, this is a hack. A normal walk cycle could have up to 12 frames. And that's quite common, actually, to make it smooth and make it realistic. But what we're doing is a cheat. Like I said, in animation, we love a hack. If we can get something to create the illusion, remember, animation is just an illusion, but if we can do it quicker and with less work, and now what I've done here is I've done these on the wrong frame. I'm going to undo those and go back to my first frame, because the arms and legs, they need to work together again to create this illusion. Now the arms usually go opposite to the legs when someone's walking, and so we can kind of see that the back is matched with the front and so on. Now the middle one is where our arms, we can't actually see the back one. I'm going to try this. Okay, so there's our character walking along. I'm not sure I like the front arm. I'm going to have a play with that. Let's see if I can rotate it. So I'm going to come up to my arrow tool. I'm going to rotate it down a bit. And maybe we come like that slightly. If I can get, well, let's try that. I'm going to rotate it even more because that is getting there. Okay, so that's the front arm swinging back and forth. It's going to come from the same kind of socket. Let's try that. There we go. I'm much more pleased with that. So we've got the front arm, the left arm, that we see in both frames, and the right arm disappears. Now I wonder if we could just, on this frame, just have it poking out the front here. Let's try that. I don't think it makes much difference. I'm going to take that out. All right, so what we've done here, I'm going to click on the dustbin to get rid of that whole bit. So you can see we've got frame 1, frame 2. Now I do suggest you start with just the legs, okay? So there's just our legs with the walk cycle. As I said, I've broken this down in the PDF that accompanies this lesson, but just one last time. We've got the leg that comes like this, and this will take practice, okay? You won't get this straight away. That's what our legs are doing in the first frame. In the second frame, we've got the one that was at the front is now straight and it's further back, and the front one comes across like this. Okay, and we kind of get this number 4-y thing happening with the heels and the knees, and the knee you can't quite see behind there, and the hips from where they come out. So I'd love you to have a play with that. Love you to let me know how you get on in the comments. And in part 2 for later this week, we're going to look at a 5-frame walk cycle. Let's see if I've got one here I can show you quickly. No, that's one of my others. This one, okay? So this is coming up later in the week. This character's kind of running and skipping along. So you can see it's a bit smoother. Again, it's a hack because we're only using 5 frames. But I want to show you how that one works. It works really well with just simple lines. So this will be perfect for our Scratch projects, for anybody who wants to animate someone walking along.